All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Joel Albert. We are here, Performance Sales and Accessories in Belleville, Ontario, Canada. We are selling vehicles here at our dealership. We're upfitting vehicles, we're servicing vehicles. We do it all here at PSA. But today, as you can see here behind me, we have Derek's truck. And if you've seen the other video on our channel, we did a ton of upgrades for this truck to turn it into the ultimate work truck for Derek. We did a lift kit, wheels, tires, the fuel tank in the back, airbags, an absolute ton of stuff. But I mentioned in that video that we're gonna be also doing a ton of engine upgrades and Banks Power stuff. So today we have the truck in Jake's Bay. We're gonna introduce you to Jake, show you everything that Derek's purchased for this truck and what he's gonna do to install it and take you along the process. So Jake, what's exactly the plan with this truck and these parts that we have here?
Well, we have a bunch of stuff from Banks Performance. So we have intercooler piping, engine oil pan, tranny pan, and a diff cover, along with a turbo intake corner. Everything here is performance and helps with longevity of the engine, drivetrain, everything like that. So
we got some engine parts up front,
yep.
Some tranny pans. Now those, I believe, are going to be just holding extra fluid.
They hold extra fluid and they help with cooling of the oil. So they have fins on the outside and inside. Okay. And it helps with cooling of the oil, which makes it last longer.
Okay. So yeah, like you said, we have a ton of parts here we're going to be installing on this truck. Jake's going to get into it here. And how long do you think it's going to take you to install these?
I would say half a day to a day, a full day of work.
So a full day install. We're going to break down him installing these parts and maybe get a little bit more inside scoop of what these do for the truck's performance. So with all these parts, where are you going to start and what's your plan of attack?
I'm going to start with the oil pan, transmission pan, and diff cover to make sure those are sealed properly. Then I'm going to move on to the performance side and get everything done in the engine bay.
Perfect.
Right now I'm just scraping off all the gasket material on the engine so I can get a good sealing surface for the new oil pan. So right now I'm getting the oil pan ready to install. I'm putting in a plug where you can put a temp sensor, and then I'm gonna put silicone on it and put it in the truck. The main reason people upgrade these are because there's cooling fins inside and out, and that helps with cooling the engine oil, and it also adds oil capacity. The main difference between the old one and new one is the cooling fins and the oil capacity. Right now I'm just putting some thread sealant on this plug just to help seal so it doesn't leak. We're just getting the oil pan up. I'm just loosely putting the bolts in and then I'm going to torque them. And we're almost done with this install. After I'm done torquing the diff, I'm going to put the diff back up and the axle in, and we'll move on to the transmission. So we're done with the oil pan install. Now I'm going to start taking the transmission pan out. First, I'm going to drain it, and while it drains, I'm going to put everything back together up front. So before we install the new transmission pan, we are gonna put a new filter in it because we are putting new fluid in it. So here I have the old transmission pan and the new transmission pan. As you can see, the new one is deeper than the old one. It also has cooling fins inside, which keep the transmission temperature lower. So this pan also holds more fluid than the stock one, and it has a better drain system to get all the fluid out of it when you do a service. And we also have this air scoop over here. It bolts to the underside of the transmission and it brings air up into the cooling fins, allowing more air to cool faster. So right now I'm just putting some Doc's transmission fluid in it, just so that the transmission filter gets time to soak up. And after that, I'm gonna put the ram air onto the pan and we're gonna move on to the differential cover. So we took the old differential cover off and we're going on with the new Banks differential cover. This one has cooling fins on it, inside and out, and it also has increased capacity. So better cooling, more oil, and all around better looks. So we're done underneath the truck for now. We did the oil pan, transmission pan, and the differential cover. Now we're going to move to the turbo inlet pipe and all the charge pipes for the turbo and intercooler. So I removed the old intercooler piping out of the truck. We have the new intercooler piping here. It's made of aluminum and silicone boots. It's to help with temperature and better pressures. We just got finished putting the whole intake system back on this truck. We're just topping up all the fluids and then we're going to put some tuning products on it. So stay tuned. So we have a pedal monster. It helps with throttle. It helps with feel. We have an iDash Pro that helps so you can see all your information. And then we have a Derringer high output system. This does tuning on the fly and you can also pick tunes for the truck.
All right, guys, as you can see here behind me, Derek's ultimate work truck is finally complete. We installed a beautiful set of American Force wheels wrapped with Falcon Wild Peak tires. We did BDS suspension lift, toolbox in the rear with a transfer tank and airbags in the rear. And then to finish off this build, as you guys just seen, Jake installing pretty much every Banks Power performance upgrade to this 24 Duramax. It wrapped up this build to be an absolutely killer setup. Whether it's the bolt-on accessories that we did to this truck or the engine upgrades from Banks Power, we can do it all here at PSA Trucks. So if you liked this video, share it to one of your friends, or if you know somebody in the market for some of these upgrades, contact us today. We can help you out. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel.